Tools needed for this install: 4mm Allen key, 3/8 box open end wrench, 7/16 box open end wrench, simple Phillips screwdriver, 10mm socket. I chose to use an extension. There's only 2 bolts you're taking out, and then a ratchet of whatever make you want. First thing you want to do is lay everything out when you first get this package. Make sure you have all the hardware necessary for the install. I opted for the combination lock. Unfortunately, there's no instructions on how to set this combi lock, is what it's called. I went on YouTube and was able to find the directions real easily. I'll include the link in the description below on how to do that. Very simple process. All right, so the next step in the process is we're gonna wanna extend these legs. Be careful, these legs kind of fall down, like wanna collapse on you. So they want it on a flat surface. We're gonna install the hardware on this hinge. So you're gonna go ahead and open this door, and then we're gonna use these parts right here. The 2 nylon washers, and this nylock nut, and the Allen head, or the Allen head nut right there, the large one. Okay, so we'll start on that process. Take your Allen wrench, and you got the 2 nylon washers here. And you want these nylon washers, you want one on the front side with the actual bolt here. And so we're gonna do that, put that on there. And then that goes on this stopper arm. And then in between the stopper arm and the bracket that it goes through, you want to put the other nylon washer. And then on the back side will be the nylock nut. And this proves to be a little challenging just because of the angle that it's set at. Once you get that in, then you put the nut on there. And you're going to want to snug that up but not make it too tight. Got the Allen bolt, then the washer, then the arm, then another washer, then the nylock nut on the end here. Okay, that's step 2. So here's the hardware remaining. We're going to install the left side plate and then the right side plate, and you can see the difference between the two there. It's a significant difference. Okay, I'm going to show you this outside of the vehicle, but you got these 12.2 short, 12.2 millimeter short Phillips head screws. We're going to put these plates on. Now this is all going to take place inside the center console, and you're going to loosely put these screws in these screw holes here. Make sure that these plates are facing outward, and it's kind of a pain to get that in there and get it situated, so that's why I'm showing you outside of the vehicle. You'll have those loosely set, and then these 2 holes right here are where the factory holes are in the center console, and you have to adjust it accordingly. So all right, so we're out in the vehicle right now. I got all this stuff in my center console. We're gonna go in here, dig out all these items. It's gonna take up a little more space than was there before, so I'll probably end up losing that tray as a result. But my hope is that this will come in handy for keeping valuable items in my truck. So now I'm going to pull this pad out, and there's obviously a couple of these pads in here. And down here at the bottom is what we're going to be looking at. Those 2 bolts right there are what are going to be used to secure the center console into the truck. It seems like a pretty straightforward installation. We'll get her started, and I'll let you know what's going on. After removing the factory padding and everything else out of your center console, you're going to go in with a 10mm, and you're going to remove these 2 factory bolts right here. So we're going to do that now. Now to give you an idea how that should look, that's kind of the way it's laid out right now. This is loosely in there, and now we're going to go to the next step, and we're going to be installing the side plates. Okay, so now we're going to want to push this as far to the left as possible, as far to the passenger side as possible. You see there's some play there, so we're going to shove that to the passenger side, and we're going to install the left side bracket, and it goes in just like this as reference. That kind of fits up on the lip there and holds the box in place. A little added security. Now we're going to do the same thing for the driver's side, or the passenger side. We're going to push this as far to the driver's side as possible, which I think it's as far over as it can go. And we're going to put this one in the same way. It goes up underneath and bolts on. So it'll fit in just like this. It's going to be a little tighter on this side. It goes up underneath here. And that lip, as you can see, kind of comes up there, and it helps hold it in place. See how that fits in right there? Keeps it from being pulled out. It just slows the criminal down. By no means is this the highest security piece of equipment there is. Okay, so now we're going to install those bolts right down here. And everything should be fairly loose, so you can adjust it accordingly. Those drop in, and then we'll use that Allen wrench to put those in. And that's the last step in the process. Then we'll tighten all these up, all these nuts up right here. And then you have your Tuffy console secured. You can put your liners back in and be ready to go. So the advantages to this Tuffy tool, center console security setup is that I've got a nice place to put valuables and have a little bit more sense of security. The drawback is that you lose a little storage. My tray's going away. You can see all that junk down there that I keep in my tray. But I've got an idea. I'm going to take some scissors and cut this toolbox liner, which is very inexpensive, and I'll lay that on top of this console, and we'll see how it looks from there. Myself a roughly drafted, and I mean roughly drafted, piece of paper that I'm going to use as a template to cut some of this material, and we'll lay this on here. I don't know why Tuffy doesn't offer this. Maybe they do, I don't know, but it would be a nice thing. I hate having things rattle. My wife hates it when I hate it, that things rattle in vehicles, and so this will help eliminate the rattle of all the crap that I'm going to probably throw in here on top of this. And if I need to quickly access whatever's inside this, I don't care if the stuff goes flying. And there you have it. Now crap ain't gonna rattle. At least not as bad as it would if you were sitting it on top of that hard steel top. So at least you have a little space to close this down and throw some things on top. If you need to access, you access it. You get the crap out of the way. No big deal. But anyhow, this is a cheap little thing I cut out from a toolbox liner. Hopefully that helps you out. I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell down on the bottom so you can get notifications for new videos. And just remember, I'm just a man in a cave causing mayhem. Thanks again for watching, guys.